Cal Poly's Student of Color Summit.
Also see what fun obstacles were on campus for the annual Mustang Mile.
And later, learn about Cal Poly's resource for students facing food insecurity.
You're watching Mustang News.
Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Mustang News. Today is May 21st. I'm Cassandra McIntyre.
And I'm Kenzie Nicoli. Here are today's top stories. Mustang News reporter Charles Rice attended the Students of Color Summit 2018 to see how students explore their identity.
Cal Poly's Multicultural Center presented the Students of Color Summit 2018. The summit aimed to build a foundation for students to navigate through their lives as persons of color or other underrepresented individuals.
Yeah, I think it's an important event to have no matter where you are, but especially here at Cal Poly because it is a predominantly white institution. There needs to be more opportunities for students to learn about themselves, students of color to learn about themselves, but also allies and maybe white students to learn about their counterparts and their peers.
Throughout the event, students were able to attend various workshops and caucuses led by students, staff, and faculty so that they can learn and discuss various topics relating to identity.
Yeah, I definitely think that getting to see people that are both part of the communities that you identify with and people who aren't, because Cal Poly lacks so much diversity, you really need to go to events like this in order to be exposed to people from more minority cultures.
Charles Rice.
The 7th annual Mustang Mile took place this past weekend at Cal Poly. The obstacle course had 12 different sections, including a potato sack race, jump roping, trivia, basketball, and more. The Mustang Mile is an annual event that honors Cal Poly student Carson Starkey, who passed away in 2008. It allows the community to come together in teams of 5 to complete the 12-step obstacle course.
Time out here today, I would say the hardest one was probably the sandbag drag, just because the belt was kind of tough to get on. The obstacle course, these guys back here, great time, a lot of fun. I rode my bike here, get warmed up, if that counts. That's about it.
The Mustang Mile event occurs every year to raise awareness for Aware, Awake, Alive, a national nonprofit organization founded by the Starkey family.
A Cal Poly senior published a children's book for her senior project. Nicole Pittman, the illustrator of The Toad's Code, published this book in honor of her late boyfriend, Ryan Teixeira. Last year, while Teixeira was in the hospital for leukemia, him and Pittman created a children's book together. Teixeira wrote the story while Pittman made the illustrations. While creating this story was a fun pastime for the couple, Pittman never imagined that the story would someday be published.
Suggested that using both of our talents, Ryan write the book and I illustrate it. So we both started working on the project, and after he passed away and wrote the story, I continued. We like to share his story too and encourage them to buy it, not just because he wrote it, not just because it's a cute story, but because it's helping other people who are battling cancer and other life-threatening illnesses.
The book sales will go to 17 Strong, a foundation created by Teixeira that sends adults with life-threatening illnesses on vacations.
And after the break, I'll be here with your weather update. Stick with us.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it! I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Welcome back to Mustang News. I'm Rachel Showalter here with your weather update. So today is May 21st. We're seeing a high of about 63 degrees with a low of around 51. Partly cloudy today, a little bit of a chance of rain, but not too much. As we go into the afternoon, it's a little bit more sunny. Looking into North County, we're seeing trends mid-60s to mid-70s. Actually, a pretty large range here. The lowest, again, in San Luis Obispo at 63 degrees, and the highest in Paso Robles at 74. In South County, we're seeing mainly in the low 60s here. We've got a lowest low of about 59 in Vandenberg, and the highest temperature in Orchid at about 65, but mainly staying in those mid-60s range. And looking at the beaches, we're seeing, again, low to mid-60s here. Oceano, Morro Bay, about 61, and 65 up in Cayucas. So it's a little chilly there. If you're going out there, remember a coat and just sort of stay warm. Looking at our 5-day forecast today, again, 63 degrees and partly cloudy. But as we move throughout the week to Friday, we're going to start to warm up just a little bit. 66 Tuesday, 66 Wednesday, getting up to 70 by Friday. So hopefully we can see a little bit of a warmer weekend and get out to those beaches this weekend for some little warmer temperatures there. That's all I have for you for our weather update. I'm going to toss it over to Anna with sports.
Thanks, Rachel. I'm Anna George with your Cal Poly Sports Update for this week. The Cal Poly baseball team took on UC Santa Barbara this weekend in a blue-green rivalry matchup in Baggett Stadium. The Mustangs swept the Gauchos in a 3-game series, outscoring them 18-8 for the weekend. In the first game of the series, the Mustangs came out strong in the first inning, scoring 4 runs to start the game. Santa Barbara answered back with 2 runs in the second inning and 1 in the third, but the Mustangs came back on top with a final score of 5-3. In the second game on Saturday, Santa Barbara was up 2-1 in the 6th inning, but the Mustangs rallied to score 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th to win 4-2. The final game of the series this Sunday, the Mustangs came out swinging, scoring 1 run in the second inning and 7 runs in the 4th. The Gauchos scored in the 7th and then again in the 8th inning, but were not able to make the comeback as Cal Poly went on to win 9-3, completing the sweep. In addition to the game, the Mustangs played UCSB. Reporter Eric Engel talked with Nick Meyer this week in the edition of Walk the Bases.
Hi, I'm Eric Engel here with Cal Poly catcher Nick Meyer, ready to walk the bases. Let's get going. Let's go. So, fairly recently, I saw you call a game from first base. That's a pretty high level of trust there that the team has in you.
Oh, yeah. We were struggling a little bit on Tuesday, and I think we struggled a little bit on what sign we wanted to put on, and Coach kind of just looked over to me, and I was just comfortable with getting the sign from him, and I just gave it over there at first base.
Definitely. You and Coach Lee have had a lot of interaction together throughout the years, obviously here at Cal Poly, but also in international play with Team USA. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that experience with him.
It was awesome. I mean, that was one of the best summers of my life. Having him there kind of just capped it off. I mean, shared a lot of special moments I'll never forget in my life.
You can catch the rest of that interview on mustangnews.net and on the Mustang News Facebook page. After the break, learn about the newest product for your backyard designed by our Cal Poly students.
Everywhere that we go, he makes people laugh and makes people smile, and I feel like I have that quality.
He's the one who always takes me fishing. I watch golf with him.
I watch him cook, because when I grow up, I want to be a cook too.
We have the same faces like this.
Dad is the one, when you fall, that picks you up.
That unconditional sense of presence and reassurance is really what makes him my father.
Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Mustang News reporter Callan Hobbman took an inside look at Cal Poly's food pantry.
Want just very The Cal Poly Food Pantry is an on-campus resource for students who suffer from food insecurity, meaning they don't have access to adequate or nutritious food.
About 27% of Cal Poly students are facing food insecurity. They have this resource that they can come to that is completely free.
The food pantry started in 2014 when faculty and staff saw a need in students for healthy and sufficient amounts of food. They cleared out a closet in the Pulse office, located on the first floor below the health center, and filled its shelves with items such as soup and pasta. The pantry now has a refrigerator as well with fresh produce. The pantry has been open ever since for any student in need.
All that we ask is that they bring their Cal Poly ID card with them. We ask no questions. We want to respect their privacy and their dignity. So we swipe their card, they come to the food pantry, and they can grab any 2 items you see on the shelf. By grabbing 2 items also from the refrigerator, they're able to go away with a bag full of food.
The food comes from the local Food Bank Coalition of SLO County and food drives held on campus.
So students who are suffering from food insecurity, they don't have access to nutritious or adequate foods, can completely use this service.
Callan Hobman, Mustang News.
Communications senior Megan Braun started the Badass Women of SLO podcast as a senior project. For this podcast, Braun interviews different women in San Luis Obispo to learn about their role in the community and what makes them so badass. She wants the podcast she started to be empowering and fun for listeners.
I just really want just very diverse individuals from SLO. So I think I've done that so far, like having the range of people that I've had on the show, but I'm hoping to just, have more interesting individuals that represent different niche communities within SLO, and then potentially when I leave outside of SLO.
So far, she has interviewed some prominent female figures in San Luis Obispo, including Mayor Heidi Harmon and Jasmine Sherpa of Central Coast Roller Derby, to name a few. She hopes to continue this podcast in other cities in the future.
Mustang News reporter Callan Hobman also spoke with a team of Cal Poly students about the product they designed for your backyard.
We are Hotshot Fire Pit, a team of 12 industrial technology students dedicated to providing a positive social experience to our users. In doing so, we designed a fire pit because we believe the importance of fire and its ability to bring people together. We wanted to use fire to enhance every social gathering and encourage our users to spend more time outdoors. That's why we decided to use an aesthetic design that's designed to fit anyone's backyard and enhance any outdoor setting. As you can see, we have the mountains over here and a fire over here to really emphasize that this is meant to be used for the outdoors.
So the way our group came about, kind of come up with this concept and ideas, we did a lot of research. We did a lot of stuff that we did a lot of market research, figured out, hey, this is what we want to do, this is what we're passionate about.
Since we have to mass produce these, we need to make 120 units. We need to make sure that they're all the exact same lengths, the exact same angles. For the most part, we have most of our jigs done, which is great because once we have them complete, we can, go into full production and just really crank out these units.
That's all we have for you today on Mustang News. I'm Cassandra McIntyre.
And I'm Kenzie Nicoli. Have a great rest of your week.